So to put plywood on this shed, I'm going to begin by drawing some sheets of the plywood. I'm going to standard views, top view, and drew a few sheets already over here. I draw a 4-foot by 8-foot rectangle, 4-foot by 8-foot, and then you extrude them 3/4 of an inch thick. I already have one sheet standing up. I'll get that one installed first. So I'm going to put this in the front of the house, or front of the storage shed. And I got to line up the corner of the sheet of plywood with the corner of my house. Again, some of the lines aren't showing up here. If I add them back in, here's the edge of that panel I want to work with. I get rid of my doorway again. My doorway popped open. Alright. So down here, the corner of the plywood's going to go. But I have to cut for my door. I got to cut away this chunk of the plywood so it's not going to interfere with my door. And I measure from the edge of the wall over. Here it says 2 feet over. So my first sheet of plywood, I'm going to measure over from the top edge 2 feet. And then I also have to measure how far up that doorway is going to go. Zoom back in. So I know I'm going to have a couple of cuts to make. This is 1.5 inches. I know that much. So let's go 1.5 inches up. Plus I have to go up from here up to here. And it's showing 5 feet, 1.5 inch. 5 feet, 1.5 inch. Okay. So back to my sheet. I have to go up 1.5, and then up an additional 5 feet, 1.5 inch. I'm just going to draw a line to mark that cut zone. Got to cut over, cut all the way down, cut all the way across. And I'm just going to extrude that piece inward until it says limit -3/4, drop it. So that cut that zone away, move my little measurement lines, and I'll install this first piece of plywood. So I'm going to select that first piece. I'm going to grab the bottom inside corner and park it at my shed on the bottom inside corner. And drop it. Make sure it's going to fit. So that piece of plywood should fit. And it does. It's a teeny bit too tall. That I should probably fix before I install that. So I'm going to undo that plywood and do one last measurement. So I want to install to the top of my top plate at the cap, top plate, and I know it's a 6-foot wall. 6-foot wall. Forgot about that one. So my 4 by 8 foot sheet becomes a 4 by 6 foot sheet. I'm going to measure the bottom edge up 6 feet. Draw that cut line. And then extrude that piece in. Erase it off. Reselect it. Reinstall it. I'm ready to go for the next piece. All the pieces of plywood installed the exact same way. You're going to measure and cut the door and window out, all those pieces, in advance. So there's one. The sidewall here, do that one next. This one over here, same exact way. Draw another sheet, tip it up, measure, mark, cut, install it. The sidewall, I'll do that one next to save some time. We'll grab one piece of plywood. I need to turn this a couple different directions. I got to have it so it's spun. I'm going to spin this piece from the top, click, over here, click, turn 90 degrees. I know I want a 6-foot chunk, not an 8-foot chunk. So I mark that on first. on the top edge, I'm going to go 6 feet. Draw on that line, and then extrude that piece away. And I don't believe there's anything in the way over here as far as in my house goes. Let's check. So there's a window. Okay, but the window only happens, let's see, window is going to be, I'm going to go from, again, this is the hard part, I'm going to go from the wall, not the plywood, the wall, from here to the window. Is the window's edge is 4 feet, exactly. Perfect. So I won't need to worry about anything as far as cutting. That 4-foot sheet will fit perfectly. Alright. So I'll go grab this piece, tip it up, and install it. Grab this piece of plywood. I gotta grab it from this edge, tip it upward. So I'm gonna grab it from the edge, click, grab, click, 90, and same concept. Inside corner, I can't see it. There it is. To the corner of my shed. Oops, sorry. Can I find the right zoom to get in there and see what's going on? There it is. So it's from the shed's inside corner, right there. Drop. Now it should line up with my studs. Nice. Looks a little bit of a gap here, but that's not a big deal. We can fix that in our actual shed. Next piece has a couple of cuts. Looks like the window, again, I know it's 4 feet wide, so I'm going to have to cut a piece into 2 pieces to install it. Top half and the bottom half. The bottom piece is going to measure from the bottom plate up to my windowsill. You have 3-foot 3-inch piece, and then I need to measure this small chunk up here and install a piece up here. So I'd measure from, so find this the right amount. There it is. From the bottom of my header, the top plate. And I'll need a 9-inch piece. 3-foot 3, a 9-inch piece. So I'd go ahead and that piece of plywood, I'd spin it, cut it to 3-foot 3, 9-inch, install. This last piece should be a full 4-foot sheet by 6 inches, 6 feet tall. The back, there's no cuts needed, just 2 4-foot by 6-foot pieces. Sidewall, same concept. You're going to install from the front a 4-foot by 6-foot piece, probably a 3-foot 3 and 9-inch piece, and then the final piece should be inside of the house. So go ahead and get your whole shed wrapped in plywood, and be sure you save when you're done.